Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Transformation Tuesday, July 30th, and welcome to another new episode of Style by Stevie. It feels great to be back. After that little break that I took, we had a show scheduled for Monday, but our guest that was supposed to be on yesterday is definitely coming on in October, which is my birthday month. So, our very special guest today is back for his second appearance here in the Dollhouse. He's an award-winning actor, and this is his second appearance back here in the Dollhouse since we did our very first interview, I want to say back in 2023. It was around the Christmas holidays. So without further ado, we are here to catch up with the amazing, the incomparable, the talented Adam Treasure, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually totally forgot how to use it there.
Well, you're
I
back.
literally
We
totally
can
forgot.
see you.
You can see
Hello.
me. How
Yes,
are
I can see
you?
you and I can hear you. How are you? It's been a minute.
Yeah, yes, it has. It has. The last time we had this, it was incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a long time, hasn't it? Supposed to come on last time, but unfortunately things happen. So I couldn't disappoint. I had to come today.
Yes, and you're here. We did our very first interview when I was introducing you back in 2023. And it was around the
Yes.
Christmas holidays. And we just met. So, how has the year 24 been for you? Because I'm looking at your roster here, and you have so many projects, which we'll dive into and catch up on what you've been up to since our very first interview. But how has the year 24 been for you so far?
It's been a blessing, to be honest. I didn't expect things to overtake, because you don't realize that things can happen, miracles can
Yes.
happen, things can happen. So it's been jam packed. Obviously a lot of work, um, a lot of training, still training at the moment. So like it's just one of them things. I've adapted to the scene. In my mind, I had a picture, and yeah, I've just been myself and just enjoying the journey as it goes.
So, how is the training coming along so far? I know with you being an amazing actor, an accomplished actor, when I introduced you, I said award winning because you are an award winning actor. And how's the training coming along for you so far? Is it like, okay, I've been doing this already? It's like, okay, learning how to ride a bicycle all over again. You just going in. How is it going for you this far?
You have to keep training, to be honest. So obviously, they say if you stop training, the career is dead. To be honest, so I like to train all the time. Like, because we're not all perfect. So
Yes.
it's just fine tuning the bits that I believe, and people have told me, directors have told me this is what you need to do, to to build a better person, a better Adam. So I've just been
Yes.
training. Um, just working on myself where I have the free time to actually work on myself. Obviously in liaising with my agents, so it's just been a head on. And not just that, like in life in general, not just that in life in general. I've been doing stuff, doing house stuff, etc., etc. Just building mindset with a career. Yeah,
Yes. Yes. So you have seven projects coming out.
yeah,
My first question is, before we dive into the projects, is how did you find the balance? Because I know with being an actor, being an entertainer, and a provider, writer, director, it is all about learning how to balance out things. How did you find the balance? Because I mean, you've got some that are already in post production, some that are
yeah.
in production, some that have wrapped and that have completed. So for you, how has balance been for you so far with balancing out doing these projects?
Balance is just like a balanced breakfast. You have to balance it. Obviously, I like to take on as many as I can. Reason why, because it's networking possibilities. So obviously, with the balance side of it, if you're doing one project, there's ways to like maneuver around the whole environment itself. There's ways find certain ways to expose yourself to that industry. So
Yes.
it's not just one way to success. There's different types of routes. So I with my career, it's not just me only. It's just about helping. Because at the end of the day, you got people with like in indie films. I love to help people. I love to like get involved in the project itself, because that's the learning process. I think as an actor, that's the learning process, to actually get involved in the project itself, not just being an actor, learning about the whole environment. Yeah,
Now, let's go down the list here because you have some that are in post, in production, and
yeah,
some that have wrapped. So we're gonna go down the list here of projects. You have Silent Night,
yeah,
Bloody Night, 3. You have The Farmhouse M's.
yeah.
You have Unreality, Plastic Toys, Pay to Die, Mustang, Dark Ends, and the list goes on and on. So out of all of your projects that you've worked on, which one are you most likely looking forward to seeing?
I'm actually looking forward to Farmhouse, because obviously the storyline on
Mm,
that is very epic. So that's going to be very interesting. That's got a good cast to it. So if you're looking for something more horror, more reality, more realistic, Farmhouse is going to be blow out the pond. It's going to it's going to take you into a different realm of new filmmaking. So yeah.
Now, in one of these projects, you're working alongside Eric Roberts, who is
Yeah.
notorious for doing horror films, for playing these evil characters. I mean, he did The Doctor. It was a Lifetime film where he played this doctor, and the doctor was just evil. He had a past, and nobody could figure out who is this doctor. And so all of his patients were women, and he conned these women. You guys have to see it. It's a great project. I cannot remember the name of it by hand, but he is like the king of the horror film genre, or playing these
Yes,
evil
of
characters.
course.
What was it like working alongside Eric?
So basically, actually, first of all, being attached to actually a whole story based on reality and based on true facts, and having Eric actually attached to the project is awesome.
Yes.
He has a long list of like you said, he's got a history of working on good films. So, see, this is what I was trying to say to you. The industry is very small. So obviously you don't know who you're going to be attached on next. You don't know, but the and this is not just me. This is the producers too. The hard work they put into it, to actually bring cast together. Bring people together. So actually being attached on a project with him itself is amazing. It's the same thing being attached on a project at Samuel Jackson. It's amazing. All these actors, all the experience. It's basically It's a learning process for me. So obviously, I'm looking forward to diving in more and actually see who's next. That's that's the curve for me. And Eric is an awesome actor. I've seen some of his films. He's he blows your mind. So yeah.
I'm back again. Says, I feel like I've seen you before. And I can give you
Which
guys a hint. You might have seen him on a show called Enslaved back in 2020. Now, do people still walk up to you and talk to you about your character on the show? Because the show was groundbreaking, and it touched on things that, we see the climate that we're in right now with them trying to erase black history out of schools and everything. Your character was pivotal on this show. So do people still walk up to you and talk to you about Enslaved?
um the yeah, of course. Oladu is an epic artist, I call him. So
Yes.
obviously people recognize the involvement of the project. So me playing as such uh, a reprised, untalked character. But again, this is it. When people do like I've had people say, "Oh yeah, I've watched Enslaved. I've seen you." So oh, I recognize you from Enslaved. But sometimes what I do is I don't know why I was just shrug it off. So, oh my god, okay, all right. I don't even know what to say now. But Yeah, so again, with Samuel Jackson actually producing that, producing that,
Yes.
executive producing it. See, the idea is that the the the, the flow of Oludu, there's a story. It's a major story. It's a story that many people don't actually understand. His path created foundations for people to move on. So it's the fact that a production company actually touched on that and said, "Yeah, this is what I'm going to do," and I was lucky enough to be part of it. Was awesome. It was fabulous. Well, a lot of people, yeah, they've seen the project. So yeah,
It's groundbreaking, and you just named two big names, and as well as myself, Eric Roberts. I'm back again. Says it's bugging me. I need to know, what was he in? What did I see you in? I need to know.
um, I'm not sure. Like, you know, there's so many there is so many projects out there. So it could be anything. Yeah, it literally could be anything. Because now I'm from UK, so obviously the fact is I'm dipping in ponds in the US. So maybe something came out and she's like, oh, I recognize you, or she could like she saw enslaved, because obviously that was in Canada. So and she's like, oh,
Yes.
okay, I recognize you. It could be anything you do not know, or it could be like, because I usually I usually do little commentary on some news outlets, so it could be that. Um, yeah, I'm in the huh?
She
I
says she's in the
do.
UK.
Oh, you in the UK? Oh, snap. Okay. I don't know where it is then, because there's plenty stuff in the UK I've done. So if you know where it is, then please let us know so we can elaborate on it. Because I've lost mind of what I've done sometimes. Obviously, I move on very quickly.
It,
It's a fast
it
industry, and you look into
happens.
the next thing. Yep, exactly.
It happens because it's just like with me. I've done so many interviews, and people will ask me. They said, "You interviewed this person, and you interviewed this person." I'm like, "When did I do that?" And they'll remember the time, they'll remember the date, and I typically tend to remember these things because of the hair or the makeup or whatever it was, and it'll come back to me. Those little things. But I've done so many. So it happens for you because you have a long list of credits. You've done so many projects, and you have 7 that are coming out. So back to you said Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
What is the best piece of advice that Samuel Jackson and Eric Roberts has given you? Could you remember any pieces of advice that they've given you
It's not.
along the
It's
way?
not actually. No, okay. It's not even advice. It's action. It's the.
Mm,
I look up to. I look. I look. To be honest, I do look up to Samuel Jackson. On
yes.
the form of he's endlessly not. He's never stopped working. You know, he has never stopped working. I like that. I like focus, drive. There's like, again, there's no one route to success, and Samuel Jackson's proved that yeah, look, like I can do. I'm adaptable. Like from coming into Marvel and actually doing certain things. That he's adaptable. He's very adaptable. And for someone like me, I actually well, I've got a dream board, so I actually basically say, okay, snap, that's what I want to do. I want to envision. I work. I constantly work. People don't realize self-employment is basically about constantly
Yes.
finding new opportunities. So obviously, for people like him to do stuff like that and actually give me the chance to be production comes to be on a project like that, and you think to yourself, okay, yes, this is what I want to do. I want to work. It's inspiration that starts something, you know. So to be inspired to move forward, and I really, really, really respect that.
And I see we have, I don't know if he's still here. Shout outs to Sharif Snuggs, who's coming on my show sometime later in the fall of this year. Um, Fresh new filmmaker, and I got introduced to him through my girl Nolly P.
Yes.
So definitely go and check him out. Incredible filmmaker, and if I'm not mistaken, he's based in the Atlanta area. So please go and check him out if you guys have not. So you'll be coming on the show. We have some great guests that'll be coming on in the fall, winter months as the months start to get cooler. Right now we're in the heat, and things are going to be getting pretty cooler pretty soon. So you guys just stay tuned, definitely. So with that being said, and one thing I'm gonna say about Samuel L. Jackson as well too, is that you see the passion and the drive in him, and I see that in you as well too. Because when I asked you about 7 projects, I was like, wow. And in the back of my mind, as I'm sitting here reading and prepping for this interview, I'm just like, I can't talk because I did 2 interviews in one day. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing. When you have a passion, when you have a drive and a purpose, it's just like, I can't stop now. I have to keep going. If I don't stop, I won't do it. So when you have that passion and that fire inside of you to keep going, what is some advice that you would give to up and coming actors as well as filmmakers out here being in the business for so long? Because like I said, you've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah. Look, basically, don't be ashamed to rebrand yourself. Everyone's afraid of the tip of the tongue. Like, the thing is that this story about the lion. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, a lion has to struggle to get its meal. You know what I mean? Because how the world works, people are afraid to touch water. Tip,
Yes.
like, put your toe in the water, nothing's gonna happen unless you know what I mean. Because if you fear to actually find an opportunity, when you get the opportunity, you can't be grateful for it really because you're fearing to actually step. You haven't seen it yet. You
Yes.
haven't grabbed it. So people advise, people advise me, behind closed doors, just be yourself. Just be yourself, because nobody can be you. I've learned that the hard way. No one can be you. You can be you. You are great inside.
Absolutely.
You are awesome. So the thing is, everyone is different and unique in every type of way. The way we are as people is different. Yeah, we are human beings, but we are different. We have different type of thoughts. And I mean, like, you're not one person. You're another person. Yeah.
And I love what you just said because I tell people that all the time that authenticity is key.
Yeah.
And it is important that you be the best version of yourself because one of my guests, they came on and they asked me this question. It's just like, wow, what sets you aside from other talk show hosts or what sets you aside from other platform artists? My delivery with doing certain things. I try to make it as enchanting as possible. I try to keep people up. I think she got it. Are you in Camp Pleasant Lake?
Yes, I am. That's where it is. Yes, I kind of, I had it in the back of my mind. I was thinking, where can she see me? Yeah, I am. I'm in Camp Pleasant Lake. Yeah. So she found
See,
it. She went back and tried.
see. I was saying also, and I'm gonna get to her comments as well too. Uh, Authenticity is key. One of my guests asked me. He stumped me with the question. He asked me. He said, "What sets you aside from other talk show hosts and other influencers?" I said, "My personality. I try to be as mysterious. I try to. I'm a very private person. I don't really put myself out there. But I said 2024 when I created my vision board that I was going to be more transparent with people. And that is one thing that sets me aside from other people is transparency. I try to be as humane as possible and down to earth and relatable to people because I know people have also been through similar situations that I have been through or know someone who's been through similar situations.
Yes.
Now, to back against comment, um, she said Camp Pleasant Lake. Is that one of your roles when you go out? What do people say? Or what has family said? Have they seen the film? What has been their reaction to it, to seeing the project?
Reaction. Oh, right. I have this form of rule. I when I do a project, I move on quick to the next one. I don't get time to glorify it. But it's been a thing where like, my friends used to say to me when they see somebody. Just imagine we go to when I was younger we go to like, an event or something and they see a celebrity. This is a long time ago, I would be so plank faced where I wouldn't be the random person to say, I would just be, oh, okay. And they used to say one thing to me: why are you pretending like you don't see that celebrity? I'm just like that. It's the same with film. When I do it, I just plank face. When it's done, it's done. But my family, they tend to ask. They're always in my great thing. My family is in my career. They always support me when it comes to my career. They always ask, but I'm so plank face. My response is a plank. I'm just like, oh, it's done. Oh, you mean that one?
And you know what? That's a certain humbleness, because when people walk up to you, like you said, when you if you see a celebrity or somebody, and I've sat with a lot, you're one of the big names that I've
Yes.
sat with on my platform. I sat with a lot of guests, and I'd be a fan of them, but I'd be like, okay, keep it professional, keep it moving, let give them their flowers and keep it moving. And I do, and it just, even when I go back and watch it or people remind me of it, it gives me like a wow, I can't believe that I've done that. It still blows my mind to this day. I can't believe it. And she named another one of your projects, which is the Evil Three. She said the Evil Three, I think.
Yeah. That's a fan film. Obviously, that is really so like it's based on Jason X, and it's just that one there is amazing. It's got an amazing indie producer on there. People need to watch that. It's very, what is it? It's very interesting that they take they picture they actually the way they've pictured everything
Yeah.
on that movie itself will tell you basically just, you look at it and think, oh, Halloween. You know what I mean? So I like working with these indie horror people because they have an imagination that kind of scales. But don't get me wrong, I love big projects too because obviously everything's different. You have to mix it in together.
Oh
I
yeah.
like the idea that they know what they see something. It's different because it's raw talent. It's raw talent. So obviously their take on Halloween or Jason X is kind of interesting because everyone knows Jason X or Freddy Krueger, but imagine an indie take on it. What do you think it should be? Yeah.
I'm back again. Says yes, they do. That's amazing. I knew I seen you, but I was like, where do you get that often when you go out from people who've seen your projects and they're just like, oh, I know you. You are something. I can't put my finger on it.
I'm type of a house buddy. I don't leave my house unless I need to. So obviously, like I train myself. I'm always training myself to basically only leave my house if I need to. So you won't randomly see me walking the street unless I have to. So or I'll be in an Uber or something. I generally do not take public transport. So so when I mean house buddy is that I tend to stay at home and I've got my mind on a goal. Everything for me is an interruption. Everything is basically a misdirection. So that's how my brain works. So for people to see me on the street, you have to look really hard. I'm not there.
Hi, Rizzy. Welcome. We are here with Adam
Welcome.
Treasure. We are dishing on his projects. He has 7 projects, some that have been completed, that have wrapped, some that are in production right now as we speak. So, what else are you looking forward to in this next chapter of your life? Because we did our interview back around the Christmas holidays, 2023,
Yes,
and
yes,
now we're in
yes.
24, and it's just like you have not slowed down since, as well as myself. We have been consistent on it. So, what else are you looking forward to in the year 24?
Um, just enjoy life to be honest. I don't don't stress too much. I'm not a stressor. I don't stress. Obviously the industry is a stressful industry. Don't get me wrong, but I do believe that if you have your mind set on a goal and it's controlled in a controlled environment, you can enjoy life. That's what I want to do, enjoy life. But then again, work with more people because I'm always hungry to work with different people. I'm always hungry to work with that person. And I don't see them as just what's working. It's a relationship, it's a connection. Because that's what I see the industry. So finding, gaining new people, and working with them while working beautiful projects. Yeah.
And that's a good question. Rizzy wants to know, what are some things that help you calm down with stress?
Um, this is the thing. I don't get stressed when you don't have that many people
Mm,
around you. You don't get stressed. This is it. This is the secret, the food, the ingredients. So it's obviously because in this industry it's mostly okay, they say it's a lonely industry. It's a very lonely industry.
it
I don't get
is.
stressed because I only choose who I want to be around. And that may sound like backing away from humanity and backing away from law school. The reason why I only choose who I want to be around because every thought, every comment, everything that comes out of someone's mouth can affect you, and you don't even realize. That's how it is. So obviously, if you are working towards a thin line, a big goal, or you're working 24 hours on a project, you don't want someone around you talking about negativity, talking about something else. So I prefer my lonesome self because it's you yourself that's going to give you the good thoughts. So if I go out with someone, it's a long process. I don't just go out and say, yeah, let's go clubbing. It has to be, there must be a goal. Why are we going out? What's the purpose for us to go out? Are we going out to make something happen, or is it just going out because I don't believe in just going out? If it stresses you out, oh, we're just going to the club. I don't want to go to the club. It's too much.
And most people are homebodies. Like I'm back again. Just said it in the comments. She said that I'm a homebody. Most people are. And Chris Bailey
Hey,
says,
Chris,
"Dude, I have not seen you in ages. I've thought about you from time to time. I still have your headshot
photographer.
hanging in my studio. Please just get
Yes,
well."
that's Chris. He's an amazing photographer. I've done some headshots with him and worked with him in the past. He's awesome.
Let me see what else we have. Rizzy says, "I've noticed relationships stress me out in a way," and I'm back again. Says, "Protect your energy." Yes. And I just had a conversation not too long ago with my colleague Bubs the God, and I was telling him right now with everything that's going on with this election cycle, keeping people informed, keeping up to date as
Mm.
to what's going on. Make sure you guys vote this November 5th if you are in the USA. Um, I told him I have to make sure that my peace is protected because I had a show scheduled yesterday, but I had to cancel because my guests had to work. So we pushed it up all the way up until October. So yesterday was a great day for me to just sort of regroup, revamp, and come back. And I feel so much energized and rejuvenated after
Yes.
that little break, just from that little break. Because there are days when I have guests set to come on the show, and I take those days off for myself. I'm like, okay, this will be my mental break for myself because I owe it to myself. I have been doing this platform 5 days a week, and I love what Rizzy also just said, which is I love my own space's comfort as well, and that's imperative in everything that is going on. That you guys protect your peace, make sure you protect your sanity, and unplug if you need to. This is yourself. I've got to go, but I'm so pleased that I know where I've seen you from, as it was bugging me out. I can sleep well now, but much love.
It was nice to meet you. It was nice to meet you.
Thank you for coming in.
I'm
I'm
back
back again.
again. Six. Oh,
Yes. And
you're awesome.
it's amazing that you guys. Another thing is you don't need a whole crowd of people to have fun. For me, it's the most intimate people in my life. My mom, or I can call one of my girlfriends over, or my grandmother. So keep those circles very, very small in this climate that we're in right now, because as I'm seeing it, people are really revealing their true selves. And I said that also not too long ago. So make sure you're staying uplifted with people who are around you. And I'm back again. Says, plus I followed you so that I can stay updated.
Thank you. I appreciate you. What is her name?
I'm back
Obviously, I
again.
see I'm back again.
Yes.
I know people by name because obviously I'm back again will be underneath in my mind.
Oh,
How do I
great
deal with
question.
feeling like loneliness? All depends on you, really. It depends on how
Yes.
you see loneliness. Because this is saying, if you know how to look after yourself when you're lonely, you've won. See, that's the trick. People say that loneliness is a curse, but it's not a curse. It's actually a given talent. To be lonely is for you to romance and basically learn about yourself. People are afraid to learn about themselves. If you know how to be lonely when you're with someone else, you'll be the perfect husband. Because I know how to be by myself. I don't need to be frustrated when we get into an argument. Because people don't learn how to be lonely because they're afraid of being lonely. That's why people jump into relationships. But if they know, I found that when you're alone, when you're by yourself and you live by yourself and you do things by yourself, you train yourself better without a stressful environment. So when you get into a relationship, you've got a mind of knowing about yourself. So it's easier to know the other person. That's
And
lonely.
also,
So
I'm also gonna say that as well too, to add
yeah,
on to what Adam just said, which is self-love begins with you. If in order to give
yes.
yourself to somebody or be in a relationship with anybody, it starts with you knowing who you are first. You have to love yourself before you can give yourself to anybody. And that's why I'm single. I'm not in a relationship, and I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Why is she not with anybody? And I've gotten that from guys that have tried to talk to me like, you're too beautiful to be alone. I told them I'm in a relationship. I'm in a relationship with Style by Stevie. That's my baby right now. My talk show is my baby. And giving people information that can help them is what I love doing. So that's the marriage that I have. When you are when you have so much knowledge in your system, that attracts people to you because you have people who are attracted.
So
It's
true.
what's called sapiosexuals, and they are
Yeah.
attracted to your intelligence. So if I keep doing what I'm doing, it's going to bring the right person along in my life in due time. And sometimes the absence makes you feel complete. Right. And you don't have to feel about you don't even have to worry about a burden. Anything that's guilting you or anything, you can sit there in that moment and you can reflect. You don't even have to worry about having somebody to be like, okay, what do we do now? And
You're not
sometimes
guilty.
even for me, right? Some sometimes even for me, try to have someone in my corner to be like, okay, give me that nod or that tap on the shoulder, like, okay, we're wheeling you back in. You got this. You can do it. You don't necessarily have to have a whole team behind you. And I'm thankful for the ones that I do have behind me. My circle's very, very small. And I'm thankful for the people that I have to uplift me and give me that reassurance that I need in my life during these times. Yeah.
Yeah, like having people around you that update you, like uplift you, is a perfect
Right.
example that
Yeah.
having the right people around you is very important to have the right people around you because life is not to be lived regretting. You know what I mean? Oh, I shouldn't have been that person's friend. I shouldn't have been that person's friend. Oh, that person doesn't like me. Do you know the cycle that we go as human beings? The questions we ask ourselves that penalize us for moving forward. It's a very endless psycho circle. So basically, we basically put ourselves through dramas, trauma, because we think that person doesn't
Yes.
like us. We think that person doesn't want to be with us. When we're not realizing that you need to love yourself, and it's all down to loving yourself in the first place, learning to unite with you. If you don't learn to unite with you, you know what I mean? If you don't learn to unite with yourself, you can't unite with anybody else because you don't know yourself well to know somebody else. Why would you know someone first before knowing yourself? It doesn't make sense because when they ask you about yourself, this is where it comes. It's a listening thing. It's like exactly what you said. You have to move away. You got to move away, and that's why I like loneliness. I like to be by
Hey, I'm
myself.
back again,
It's
sis.
nice. It's a calm.
And sometimes you need that time to reflect, like to have a moment with yourself. Sit down and reflect. Every morning I get up, I do it by myself, and that is morning affirmations and prayer. Whatever you believe in. Could you both stop talking for 2 minutes so I can leave? Thank you. I'm not missing anything. You're so engaged. I know my conversations with my guests are engaging. It draws you in, and that's the sole purpose of the show. But yes, this is a thing. Um, Self love. To anybody out there who thinks I have to be in a relationship significantly, not really. You start off with yourself first. And even for me, when I'm now in my 30s now. When I was maybe, I want to say like in my teens, 19, 18, let's say 20, 21, I figured I had to have a man. And so my girlfriend Felicia, who always comes in, she watches the show. Shout outs to her. Me and her were talking. You know how girlfriends, friends talk. She's like my sister. And I said, girl, I need a man. I just told her plain out, I need a man. And she was like, you don't need nobody right now. You're doing well. Your show is doing well. You are doing well. That will all come in line. And so many other people have told me the same thing. And I think even Alan Yankee told me that at one point. He said, girl, you don't need no man. You know, you need to focus on your priority right now. Style by Stevie is skyrocketing. You're gaining new viewership, a whole new light. All of these things are starting to come to you in God's timing. So don't rush finding love or looking for love. Let it come
Yeah,
to you. But right now, in the
exactly.
meantime, focus on yourself. Reflect on yourself.
Well, it's true. You got to reflect on yourself. The idea, I think Rizzy was saying, I'm trying to be happy with myself. You see, the thing is, I'm trying to be happy with myself. It's a good comment. You have to be happy
Mm,
with yourself.
yeah.
People forget that you're a human being. You are, you're human. Your thoughts can be affected very easily just by the way people insinuate stuff and people's energies bounce off you like water.
Yeah.
So when you're happy, you're protected. That's just to
Yes.
say that when you're happy with yourself, you're protected because then you know that it's not you. I'm happy with myself. You're not happy with yourself. So you fling all your problems on me. You know what I mean? That's where you understand that, oh, that's what happiness is. I understand now that it's not, it hasn't been me all along. It's the fact that the person next to me is not happy with themselves. That's what it is.
We ain't half a person, right? I'm back again, and only you can complete yourself, right? Yeah. Again, the soul searching. We're searching for something, but what we need is right there all along is ourselves before we give ourselves to anybody in
Yes.
a relationship. And to Rizzy's point, a thing is, yeah, you got to start off with yourself first before you can give your heart to somebody. And I've given my heart to so many men in just past time, and I can remember how many times it's backfired on me and it blew up in my face, and I'm just like, okay, it's because you moved way too fast. You thought
Exactly.
it was gonna be something. Now it's the time for you to sit back and reflect and think about it before you give yourself to the next guy and the next guy and the next guy later on. So now that I'm in my 30s, I get it. Where I was in my teens and in my 20s, I'd be like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. And it's just like, are you truly ready? You're young, but you learn from your mistakes when you are young. Now that I'm in my 30s, as I've gotten older, it's like a light bulb clicks and goes off. You see things in a different mindset. This is too real. But it is. I've never really delved too deep into my relationships or dating. Like I said, I'm a private person. But as far as dating anything else, as far as dating guys, uh, now I've learned to slow down and take it slow. It will all fall in line. No one can validate me.
Yeah.
Only me can be. Only myself can. Right.
You can only, you're the only one that can validate yourself. Everyone else is basically a figment of your imagination. Not okay. If you want to talk more physical, so everyone else is based. You've heard the saying that basically whatever you think is what is being it's been it's been it's been thrown out there. It's true. Whatever you think, it's been, everyone's a figment of your imagination. If you see it like that, you won't get upset when people are upset with you. Because at the end of the day, we human beings kind of get into that position of that it's all about me. It's all
Right.
about me. It's all about me. It's all about me. It's all about me. But oh, they don't like me because of this. They don't like me because of that. But it's what you picture. If your brain is thinking they don't like me, anyone who comes next to you, they don't like you. It's because it's again it's insecurity too because obviously people want to be validated in this world, everyone wants to be validated. Everyone wants to be the top pin of every conversation. If they're not in the conversation, it's a problem. But if people realize that you don't need to be part of the conversation, because when you leave, you will be the conversation. This is what it is. When you travel into the conversation, you want to be part of it. It backfires. But when you leave, and people are like, oh, he's gone. Oh, you didn't hear that? Because you are part. Do you know what I mean? It comes from your mind. It's just beautiful. I'm 43. I'm not worried about others' opinions. Now, no time for judgment. Yeah, you don't need to worry about people's opinions and judgments because they don't exist. People can have an opinion. It's true. We have an opinion. But do they really exist? Because it depends on that opinion. Because are you looking for opinion? The thing is, like, people have the opinion in their mind what they want someone to say to them. That's the difference. They know exactly what that person wants to say. You don't really need, like, you can listen to people's opinion, but it's you inside. Will you take that opinion? You don't have to take it if you don't want to. Don't be fussed. Don't be dragged in. Oh, you must take my opinion. My opinion exists. Hold up. No. Your opinion only exists if I want it to exist. That's how it works. It's true. That's how it works, realistically. Happiness is inside.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, it goes back to what I said. As you get up in age, you stop learning to care what people's opinions
Yes.
are of
Yeah.
you. And for me, it's just like I said, 30, for me, that light bulb goes off. It's just like, why should it matter what they say? You do you, you be your own individual self, and nobody else's opinion should matter except your own. Because at the end of the day, when you go home and you look in that mirror, it's just you. That person is not there with you. So, and I'm back again, says, as long as I know I'm good, not hurtful or a nasty person, why would I listen to others hate? Don't. Don't. Don't even. Absolutely.
Hey,
True, my mom is
being
48 and she don't care what no one's opinions. Listen, when you get in your 50s or your 60s, it's a whole different mindset. You just don't care. You don't.
you don't. It's true. No, you actually don't, because the world is different when you don't care. Have you
And
realized when
those
you don't
opinions,
care, everything around you is different? You remember that the saying, birds and bees, right? The
oh,
trees, you can
absolutely.
actually breathe. Yeah, that's the idea. When you do not care what people think, your mind opens up further. Because the world is not about, you're not supposed to live and regret when you die. You're supposed to live and not regret when you die. So obviously you're supposed to enjoy it. All these aspects of life is just add-ons. It's just like Pokemon. Add-on, add-on, add-on. I don't need that add-on. Why do I need that upgrade? I don't need an upgrade when my mind is actually focused. You're correct.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And as you, and the more you get up in age, you don't care even more. Because it's just like you've lived life with life
Yeah,
experience.
exactly.
You've been through all of these tests that he has put you through. And now you've realized it's just like, okay, I'm here. What else have I done? What else haven't I not done? Why do I care what people think? It shouldn't even matter. Me, even with me, and I use fashion as an example because you guys know that I love fashion. I put on outfits for the sake of me. It's just like, oh my God. And I get backlash from the Christian community because I grew up Christian or whatever.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care if it's too risque. I don't care if it is too sexy or too provocative or too all of these things. There's always going to be some controversy in something. And I know if I'm stirring up controversy, I'm doing the right thing. So
No, no, of
for
course,
me, I've
exactly.
learned not to care. I don't care. When you are a fashion, you work in the fashion world, you're gonna take risk. You're gonna step outside of your
Mhm.
bounds and leaps. Whereas before me being in a box, this box of only wanting to wear one specific color. When I first started, black was all I wanted to wear. The three colors that I wanted to wear were black, gray, and white, and then well, make it for blue. But I said, you know what? You got to expand your horizons. It's up to me to do it. So my friends have gotten me to open and expand my horizons. And it's okay to take those ideas. I got people thinking I'm 34. Why she act like she don't care? Because your age, you notice me. I don't care because I look younger, which I'm grateful for. But I know that will pass. Right? Don't.
Purity.
Those are little
Yeah.
things. They shouldn't matter. They shouldn't matter.
You care, you age. I see it like that.
Absolutely. I
You see,
I
purity is
cried.
basically,
Listen,
yeah, you
my sister
age.
when she
When
turned
you
30,
caring and stressing, you age more.
listen, to Adam's point about aging, my sister, God rest her soul, um, she cried when she turned 30. Me, I was the one of the ones that was laughing at it because I was in my teens. I was like, ah, had you young. But now I see what she's saying. When you're 30, it's just like years have went on by and years of experience comes to you, and that's real. So I see what she was saying when she turned 30. Now I see it. So I feel it now. But as you get up in age, you start to not care and be the best version of yourself. That's all you
Yeah,
can be.
you can only
And you
be the
see how
best.
I do it
I fully agree.
unapologetically, right?
Yeah, you don't
You
know
are
exactly.
unapologetically the best version of yourself. Be the best version of
Exactly.
yourself you can be.
Exactly. And it's true. You are totally right. Like the form of sorry, I'm sorry for being the best version of myself is basically simple. It's a sympathy to people. They basically take the notes and whatever they do with it because they want the apology. People want the apology from you. But at the end of the day, when they see that you're happy, there's no need for an apology. I'm not going to write a sorry note if I'm happy and excited about life. Because excited about life means that you don't say sorry for living. Your existence is not a mistake. Your
Absolutely.
existence, I say again, your existence is not a mistake. Everyone's on this earth for a reason. Everyone plays a part of the puzzle. So for someone to get you to apologize, no, 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 no. I'm not apologizing for being great and beautiful. That's how I see myself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hate me, love me, like me. It's all the same thing to me now. Absolutely. And
Yeah,
everybody should have that personality. There's not going to be people that are going to, I'm going to be their cup of tea, or the next person and the next person, and so forth and so on. Let everybody be their own individual selves, and that's the thing
yeah,
right there.
yes.
Everybody has the freedom to be whoever they want to be and express themselves however they want to express themselves. And me, I do it unapologetically.
Exactly.
I do it elegant. I do it classy. I do it sexy. I do it in so many different ways. I am versatile. And that is one of the affirmations that I say in the morning when I get up. I spoil myself with abundance. I spoil myself with love. I spoil myself with the things that people lack thereof or don't show me. It's up to you to spoil yourself with these things. So, again, take that from one of my affirmations that I say in the morning, which is spoil yourself. Not just with nice things, nice cars, or whatever. It may be whatever you like, but spoil yourself and shower yourself with love. It is up to you. So spoil yourself with abundance. Spoil yourself with kindness. Spoil yourself with patience. Patience is virtue. I just say by enjoy your tasteless coffee. Exactly.
Bitter
Absolutely.
coffee.
Absolutely. So before we close out Fashion Dolls, Adam,
Yes.
before we close out, because this conversation is so great, so engaging, and I hope you guys have all taken some nuggets from it. What are some nuggets that you would like to give to people in this climate that we're in right now of uncertainty, where it's just like people have somewhat lost hope? And this conversation has been helpful to people out here. It's just like, okay, where do I find myself? Where do I see myself? Because right now we are in the fight of our lives with this upcoming election, as you guys can see. Um, and people are just like, I'm not sure anymore. I've given up hope. What is some advice that you would give to people who've lost hope?
Sit down sit down for 5 minutes and ask yourself a question. Is it
Mm,
worth me stressing over? Because
right,
stressing over is death. So you sit there and you ask yourself a question. Wait, why am I stressing over this thing? Is it going to do, is it worth? Because a lot of people don't ask themselves these questions. When people get raged or angry, They never ask themselves a question.
Yes.
Is it worth me getting upset? Because when you get upset, you damage yourself. When you damage yourself, you damage everyone around you. It's a cycle. So you sit there and you ask yourself these questions. Is it worth it? And you'll find your answer from that. Yeah.
And to add on to what Adam just said, today's final thought comes from Maya Angelou. And I love her word, everything she stands for. She says, "You are the sum total of everything you've ever seen, heard, eaten, smelled, been told, forgot, is all there. Everything influences each of us. And because of that, I try to make sure that my experiences are positive." And that comes from, I hate saying late Maya Angelou, but she was spot on with this quote. You are everything. You are everything and then some. Add tax to it. Believe it. So the sum of today's show, or the theme of today's show, is you are everything. You are whole enough. You are enough. And believe in hope. We are again fighting for our freedom. And as it stands right now, you have a voice. Use your voice and be your best individual self as you can be. Because the best version
Exactly.
of yourself is your version, nobody else's. And
Exactly.
nobody can take away your story or tell your story better than you. So I want you guys to
Exactly.
remember that, fashion dolls. All right? So, Adam, before we let you go, where can everyone follow you and check you out?
um, you can find me on adamtreasure.com, or you can find me on Instagram, The Real Adam Treasure. Really, just if you type in Google The Real Adam Treasure, it's all the information will just pop up, and how much information on there will pop up. So it's really easy to find me from, or just go to the website and all the links and all the correct links on there, information and updates.
All right, fashion dolls, and this interview will be uploaded to Style by Stevie Daytime on YouTube. Head on over and subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified, because the show will be uploaded on YouTube as well, and you guys can check it out here on the gram on IGTV. Now, joining me tomorrow, we talk men's fashions with Travis J. Winter. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. I love you all, and Adam, it was such a pleasure catching up with you in this conversation. I hope you guys all took something away from this conversation as well. And I hope it's helped.
I appreciate you.
All
Thank
right.
you for inviting me. As usual, guys, follow her. Trust me, you don't realize there's people out there that just special. Come on, let's do this. Let's make it happen. Thank
Thank y'all so
you.
much. Take care, everyone. And you guys have a fab Tuesday. I love you all. Take care.